Take-Two Interactive's daughter company Rockstar Games just got slapped with the biggest data breach ever. How big? Hundreds of screenshots and video clips of an early build, over an hour of gameplay footage. A lot of this information we already knew, I'm using air quotes because they were from leaks, such as the fact that we're going back to Miami, Vice City style, and there's going to be 2 protagonists, a male and a female. In fact, the majority of what's now solidified from this gameplay was announced in this video 6 months ago on March 15th. But it's good to see gameplay from an early build of this game to solidify that these leaks were indeed true. They are correct. And what all these YouTubers, live streamers, and gaming journalistic platforms are talking about, I would say, is the wrong big deal about this major leak. Who gives a shit that we're seeing early build footage of GTA 6? The bigger issue is that the source code is now floating around the internet to be manipulated, which could savagely postpone the game, which has already been the largest gap we've had between a Grand Theft Auto title since the start of the franchise. But luckily, Rockstar Games and its papa Take-Two Interactive did announce that this will not delay the game. It's still not probably coming till 2040, 45, but it's not going to be delayed. That's just the time it was going to be released anyway. I'm kidding. It'll come before then, 2041. In this video, we're going to analyze exactly what was leaked of Grand Theft Auto 6. Surprise, it's pretty much everything developed for the game thus far. The gameplay footage you're witnessing in this video is not the leaked footage. Take-Two Interactive's going around with a pillowcase full of bars of soap whacking people in the kneecaps that are retweeting, re-uploading pictures and videos of the leaked gameplay. So enjoy some fan-created 3D cinematic trailers of potentially what GTA 6 could look like. Not the leak footage. Leave my kneecaps alone. Alrighty, welcome. We're gonna get the key points right out of the way, right up front. First of all, this is the largest data breach of a video game development house ever. Basically, everything that Rockstar Games has been working on with GTA 6 is now public knowledge. Which, keep in mind, even though we're lighthearted and not vindictive, we're not gonna do anything negative with this information because we're just a couple of lighthearted gamers. Hackers and digital sleazeballs that now have access to this code, to the core game files, the scripts, the codes that make the game, runnable, can now do whatever the hell they want with it. That's not great. Another interesting thing, this data breach, this leak, this whatever you want to call it, this intrusion, happened exactly 9 years after the launch of GTA 5. 9 years to the day of the GTA 5 launch back in 2013, this massive data breach happens. We know who did it, by the way. It's Teapot Tuber Hacker, the same individual who hacked the crap out of Uber last week, who also said online, here's 90 footage/clips of GTA 6. He, she, them said let there be light, and there were images and nearly an hour's worth of clips of the current build of GTA 6, including videos of a female playable protagonist accompanied by a male sidekick orchestrating a hostage situation inside and outside of a diner, a male playable protagonist strolling around a strip club and talking to NPCs at a pool, and several sequences of outdoor driving or walking. So this was a real event. This data leak indeed did happen. This is from the verified Twitter account of Rockstar Games, who says this statement: "We recently suffered a network intrusion in which an unauthorized third party illegally accessed and downloaded confidential information from our systems, including early development footage of the next Grand Theft Auto. At this time, we do not anticipate any disruption to our live game services nor any long-term effect on the development of our ongoing projects." That meaning GTA 6. It won't be delayed because of this tomfoolery. We are extremely disappointed to have any details of our next game shared with you in this way. Our work on the next Grand Theft Auto game will continue as planned, and we remain as committed as ever to delivering an experience to you, our players, that truly exceeds your expectations. We will update everyone again soon, and of course, we'll properly introduce you to this game when it's ready. We want to thank everyone for their ongoing support through this situation. It absolutely is an uppercut to the giblets to be a game developer and to dump a ton of time, money, energy, resources into a project, a passion project, and have it leaked in rough condition. Although, in my opinion, IMO, the build didn't look that rough. We've seen games launch in rougher condition, unfortunately. That's the condition of the video game industry nowadays. CP77, Battlefield 2042, and unfortunately even from Rockstar Games with Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. The naming convention wasn't the only problem with that game. It ran like pure ass cheeks on every platform. But to not be able to do an organized presentation and make your game look as good as possible with maybe a cinematic trailer or some actual gameplay footage, but it's on a polished build instead of a rough beta like leaks generally are, and usually there's no HDR, maybe it's got a weird color grading on it, maybe it's in low resolution like 480i. So generally these leaks make the game look crappier than it already is, which it's already in rough condition because it's an early development, so I can understand that the developers are upset. Developers in the video game industry, as well as gamers in the video game community, started jumping in with supportive tweets to reassure Rockstar that it's okay okay. Even if it looked like a hot pile of garbage, we're still gonna buy the game. It has Grand Theft Auto on the box, for God's sake. It's kind of like the Call of Duty franchise. We know there's gonna be some stinkers in there. I mean, for God's sake, they went with an annual release cycle for the longest time, and the quality control was slipping because of it. Vanguard, I'm looking at you, sweetheart. It's the same thing with GTA, especially because there's been such a huge gap between GTA 5 and 6. Plus, GTA 5 Online has been flourishing. It is gonna sell phenomenally. Probably break records, I would say. Even CNN, Fox, and Forbes post articles about this information, which means anytime that happens, you know we got a big old piece of news in the video game industry. Although I cannot, or I guess I should say will not, just to protect my buns, show any of the footage of the screenshots or videos from the leak, I am overlaying some community trailers of a potential GTA 6. And I'll quickly touch on all the key points of this leak, everything that we learned. 2 characters, we knew that already, but they now have names. The man is named Jason and the woman is named Lucia. Earlier reports have shown these two as having a Bonnie and Clyde-like relationship. In the early footage, it appears players use down on the D-pad to switch between Lucia and Jason, so much like you could switch between 3 playable characters on the fly in GTA 5. This is interesting. It also seems like when one character grabs loot or items, some items will be shared and some will not. As for the setting, we're going back to Vice City, which is of course Miami. Although the time frame has changed, it appears to be the modern era, not the 80s. But from the leaks, it appears players will be able to explore large city centers, smaller rural areas, and even some swamps. And there's some return areas such as the Malibu Club, Ocean View Hotel, Vice Beach, and Little Haiti. You still have a weapon wheel, but instead of your character pulling a gun randomly out of their tuchus, they actually sling a rifle over their back, or tuck a pistol into their waistband, or put a billy club up the prison pocket for future use. So that's good to add to the immersion and realism. You can also now pick up and drop guns quickly and easily, even amid a gunfight, so if you run out of ammo, you're probably better off just grabbing another gun. You also now have gear in the weapon wheel, so most likely health kits and other items. The law enforcement are more organized and work more coordinated, and there may be a new mechanic that forces you to ditch your vehicle before you can really lose the cops, because they're looking for your vehicle. There is a strip club in which some of the early missions take place. There's a ton of Florida swamps, including animals such as boars, dogs, gators, and raccoons, which we had wildlife in GTA 5 and you could even hunt, but this is taking it to a new level. There was also spotted debug options related to fishing spots and bait shops, so probably the fishing mechanics in Red Dead 2. Some of the random mini games or activities, you have a haunted warehouse, sex robots, missions tripping on a spiritual journey, a creepy voice in a storm drain, and a figure that can be spotted in the woods, maybe Sasquatch. And there's also mentions of UFO and skunk ape sightings. I had never heard the term skunk ape, but apparently it's Florida's take on Bigfoot. I've lived in Florida like 6 years. I've never heard that term before, but I like it. Supposedly the game's still being built on the new Rage engine. The final build will have photorealistic like graphics, may have a multiplayer online at launch, or may get that added on later post-launch like we saw with GTA 5. Why did I say it like that? 5. There's also going to be some missions in the Caribbean islands, perhaps DLC or side quests, and it was originally teased during early leaks that this was going to be a international game, or at least it was going to have multiple cities or locations such as Liberty City, Vice City, Los Santos, Las Venturas, and more or less it was going to have multiple massive sandboxes and a campaign of around 500 or more hours. We didn't really get that vibe from this massive leak, and as if it's only taking place in Vice City or Miami. This is everything we know thus far. Again, this game is very far off from launch. I would say at least 2 years, and that is being ambitious. I personally am very excited about GTA 6. I've played through the offline story mode of every single Grand Theft Auto title, minus 1 and 2, which were a top-down view and were 2D, not 3D. And I played GTA 5 online for a few months around its launch. Drop in the comment section below your opinion of Grand Theft Auto 6 or the series as a whole, and I'll see you Stallions and Stallionettes tomorrow. Peace. If you enjoyed the video, liking it helps it to get seen by more gamers. This information will reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps me grow this little channel, which I do greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover news in the gaming community and industry, tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing, as well as honest gaming product reviews, keyboards, mice, headsets, controllers, mics, chairs, etc. There are some hefty exclusive discount codes found only in the description of my videos and only for the audience here at Gamer Heaven. Check out Into the AM for some of the sickest looking and most comfortable cloth to ever grace my gaming giblets. If you don't want to be scorching your corneas with harmful blue light, check out Gamer Advantage, the only blue light glasses on the market that look sexy and actually work. If you're looking for a custom controller that'll blow the competition's tits back, AIM definitively has the best bang for buck or price to performance when it comes to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch controllers. Nope, they don't do Switch, but they do gaming mice. I said doo-doo. I have links to all my other platforms and socials in the description below. If you need a quick laugh or blast of gamer adrenaline, check my short form videos out at TikTok. To get in touch with my myself and the Stallions and Stallionettes of Gamer Heaven, join the community Discord, and check me out at twitch.tv where I go live every other leap year on a blue moon if it falls into an odd calendar number, and my pH balance is on point. Just kidding. Starting June, I'm going to be live streaming a lot. Thanks for watching. This has been AK40 Kevin hosting Gamer Heaven, and I'll see you tomorrow because I upload daily. All the time. 60% of the time. Sometimes. Most of the time. Peace.